Welcome to Behind the Scenes of Hatchway. I am Alex Itila.
Uchuli, Pepe, Udikina,
Esa Oblua,
Hatchway. Hatchway.
Hatchway. We decided on Hatchway. First of all, we had thought of using the name High Tech Pro. That was the name that we thought we were going to use. But then we discovered that we really do not have the kind of gadgets that will agree with that name, High Tech Pro. And so we looked at it that we cannot use High Tech Pro because the film that we're doing will not be able to portray the high tech of the high tech nature of what we're trying to have. So we felt that it would be better for us to have another name. In a ship, you always have the gangway where people walk in and speak, sometimes vehicles can drive in, and then you have the hatchway that is just one person that can come out of it. So to me it was that name. I mean, the film is actually about narrow choices.
So the prime catchers are our prime crackers.
Well, Hatchway is, it's a fantastic movie. It's a techno thriller.
It's a techno thriller. I think that's the thing that got him interested.
The storyline is not plotted from the familiar angle.
It's not the usual. I don't want to say our film is out of the ordinary, but I want to look at it that it's not as usual.
It is suspenseful. It is packed with dramatic incidents. You have so much intrigue in it.
Well, Hatchway is a different sort of script. It's actually, from Hatchway you can actually get out two different movies.
The central leading theme is this: you have corruption, you have crime. This movie is going out headlong to fight corruption, and I think it's legendary.
There are two major points and they were all blended together.
In Nollywood, we talk about romance, we talk about religion, we talk about the Ifa priests, we talk about the Dibias, we talk about, you understand, all whatnot. But we have dared to talk about, to address the issue that is confronting Nigeria face to face. Corruption has been a great impediment to our development. So we are here to challenge corruption. We are here to challenge crime. We are also here to tell Nigerians, look, in a bid to fight corruption, you have to begin to look at some other places. Like in this film, our film is projective, our film is suggestive.
For the leadership, for the government, I want the government to see this film and say, this lady had a will to prosecute the action she prosecuted, and that helped to realize a better society. So the government should also develop such will. And then in the movie, you discover that the president also had the option of sacrificing her ambition for the general good. That is what we want. Those are the kind of leadership that we want. People that will be willing to sacrifice what is personal to them for what is beneficial to others.
We are telling Nigeria, why not try a female president? We are telling Nigeria, why not set up, you understand, why not look at technology in combating crime?
The focus is on getting things done in the country concerning security with a lot of software, hardware, a lot of gadgets which we are not using now.
Let's just not make movie because we want to entertain people or because we know how to do it.
So we're not just here to do movies as in entertaining sake. We are here to entertain, we are here to educate, we are here to inform, we are here to tell Nigerians, look, security wise, this has to take caution.
There are three things that I want to achieve in my film. To stimulate reasoning, should be socially relevant, and then it should be spiritually reviving.
It speaks about evangelism, about the way to actually live a Christian life. So it looks at the way lots of us are so consumed with prosperity that we are not really caring about how we live our lives, which is the major tenet of Christianity. So it's actually very interesting.
When you heard John preach, John kept saying, he said, repent, the end is near. You know, I want to make a film that who also know that the end is really near, and so they should repent. Place their trust in Christ. Christ is giving us salvation free. We don't pay for salvation. We don't work for salvation. We are just to trust on His sacrifice on Calvary. And so the first thing I want to achieve with my movie is people should become born again. And the second thing is that let us change our country with movie.
Watch out for this, watch out for that. Internet this, internet that, we are out in you understand? The robbery stuff, all those things, all the petty tricks, that criminals could come up with. We're also here to help the police, to tell them, think ahead. Gone are the days where we have police taking a look at a young man because you are wearing a t-shirt and a jeans, they think you are a criminal. Our intelligence, our level of intelligence should go beyond dress. I remember in those days when we watched, what do you call those London legendary stuff, James Bond. These are cool guys in suits, and they move. They don't look rough. They don't have dreadlocks. They don't have, But we have this stereotype concept, that when you see somebody with rough beards, with goatee, with this, that's a criminal. That is elementary. So we are telling Nigerian police that, look, you need to look deep. Some of these guys who are into what do you call this crime, this latest challenge now, you talk about the suicide bombers and all those things, the terrorists, they don't look rough. So you must look beyond looking rough and dig into the crux of the matter, and combat crime. We are challenging Nigerian police, we are challenging the society, we are challenging Nigeria as a country to think positively. And that's what we are doing.
I want people to be security conscious. In fact, why we brought in the aspect of Adekule is to show that the criminals are getting sophisticated. And so we must also realize that these are possible so that we become more careful when we are doing things. We see this boy just coming back from the bank, carried money the way he carried, very casual. We don't want such things again.
Oh boy, bring motor, I don't collect the boots.
And in fact, with the electronic banking, you really do not need to be carrying cash the way people carry cash again. So these are the things that we are teaching in the movie. The scripting. I first started writing the Hatchway in 2006. But I lost that script. I lost it completely from the computer. The computer crashed, and so I had written half of the story, but it crashed, so I couldn't get it again. So I had to start working on it again. But before I started writing, I said, okay, if I'm going to write something that's going to be as technical as what we are trying to portray, it is important for me to have a good background.
But the software runs independently with its budget office and the revenue mobilization office, providing the fundamental for every capital and recurrent expenditures. Only World Bank staff here at Secondment and few staff of CBN and the AGF have access to the service.
An investigation from the NSA office has proved out that these personnel have not been compromised.
Are they responsible for leaking data along the group?
It would seem so.
The hackers are using remote access. They have not been able to hack into the system at the higher admin level. Otherwise, they would have defrauded the government of much more than what they have done presently.
That tells us that they do not have access to higher authorization.
That being the case, then the server's firewalls are impregnable. They can only access by gaining access. This means what they have now is not what they need. They'll be seeking how to get the admin authorization there.
Is it part of this one?
What if we lure them like offering
hold on.
Is he talking to us or talking to the man in there?
No, I wasn't talking to you. I'm sorry, I'm directing 2 minutes. Alright, pick up, hold on and hold up.
That being the case, then the server's firewalls are impregnable. They can only access by gaining access. This means what they have now is not what they need. They'll be seeking out to get the admin authorization. What if we lure them by offering them the admin access?
And so the first thing I did was to go for professional editing training, and so I now knew what could be achieved and what we could not achieve. What can we do with the limited resources that we have, and what can we not do? So it was after I'd done that that I now started writing the script.
You're right, and what you're saying makes perfect sense. What we should do now is to concentrate on uncovering the identity. Okay. So what we should do now is to concentrate on uncovering the identity of this texts, of those who are behind the text.
If you are not comfortable with uncovering, because it might be heavy, use unveiling as a substitute.
I don't think unveiling is heavy.
Well, it depends.
Uncovering, unveiling. Okay.
Depends on the one you're at home with. Let's go.
I think uncovering will be okay. Unveiling for you is too churchy. Unraveling is also good, but uncovering I think it makes more sense for the kind of language.
Ahead.
You're right, Bosse. You're right, Bosse, and what you said makes perfect sense. And what we should do now is to concentrate on uncovering the identity of those that are behind the text.
If they're using agreements, they'll have to get very close to the server. To do that, they'll need the cooperation of the security personnel guarding the service.
You're also supposed to try. Whoever is doing this thing has a cooperation.
My thinking exactly. So let's just start there. What we should do is just get a list of all the security personnel there, and then run background checks on them. I think what we should be looking at for now is their bank details. See all the accounts that are associated with them, and give me the report. Thank you.
Let's take it again from top.
Why don't we lure them in by offering them admin access?
Well, what you have said makes perfect sense, but what we should concentrate on right now is to uncover the identity of those that are behind the text.
We'll have to get very close to the servers, and to do that, they will need the cooperation of the security personnel guiding the servers.
I think that are supposed to because whoever is behind this thing has the backing of the security agencies and all that. And this sounds definitely like an in-house job to me.
My thinking exactly. So let's start there. What we should do now is to get the list of all the security personnel that are attached to the server, and then we run background checks on all of them. What I want you to do is to pay particular attention to bank details that are associated to them.
All right, thank you.
But with my experience on this set, I think that when I'm writing my next script, it's not going to be as voluminous. I will also eliminate a lot of dialogues and try to condense what I have to say, so that it is more